Hello, my name is Jason Tacchini with LDC. I'm the engineer representing Milestone Northwest for this neighborhood meeting. The subject of this meeting is the Garbarino Project, and the intent of this presentation is to give a brief overview of the proposed development. The Garbarino Project is proposing 14 lots on approximately 2.6 acres and is located at 10030 and 10042 136th Avenue Northeast, Redmond, Washington, within the Willows Rose Hill neighborhood. The zoning for this property is RIN, which stands for Residential Innovative, and is a single-family urban residential zone. Neighboring zoning to the north, south, and west are also RIN, and zoning to the east is R1. There are currently 2 existing houses on the properties, and they will be demolished with the development of the site. On the screen, you can see an aerial view of the approximate project site location just north of Northeast 100th Street, situated between 136th Avenue Northeast and 138th Avenue Northeast, with the Benjamin plat just south of the proposed project site. The base density for this zone is 5 dwelling units per acre. At 2.6 acres, the base density for the site is 13 units plus a bonus unit for affordable housing, making the total maximum density 14 units for the site. Minimum density for the site is 8 units. All units will be detached except for lots 7 and 8, which will be a duplex unit. Access to the site will be taken from 136th Avenue Northeast, and the new road will be constructed to the city's rustic road standards. All lots will take access from the new public road identified as Road A on the plans. Road A terminates at the eastern end of the development. There are 2 tracks proposed within the site. Tract A, located kind of central north of the site, highlighting more or less the outline of that tract, will be a fire turnaround and open space tract. Tract B, located on the east end of the site, will be an open space and detention tract. The stormwater quality and detention vault will be located within Tract B, as well as some additional plantings and trees and retained trees. Site will have a 5-foot landscape transition that goes around most of the exterior of the property. I'll highlight kind of the location of that. That 5-foot landscape strip runs along the north side of lots 1 through 8, along the east side of lot 8, around Tract B, and then along the south side of the property, along tracks 9 or along lots 9 through 14, and then along the southern boundary to 136th Avenue Northeast. That 5-foot landscape transition buffer is required per city requirements, and there will be some new trees planted within that area where existing trees cannot be saved. Open space for the site is required to total 20% of the site area. Proposed open space will total approximately 25% of the site area, exceeding the minimum requirement. Open space is located within tracts A and B, and also the rear 15 feet of most lots. So actually all lots. So along the north side, the rear 15 feet you can see is identified by that dashed line. That area will be held as open space. Similarly, along the east side of the property, that rear lot area will be reserved as open space and will be limited to development, which falls under the city's definition of open space. Stormwater will be collected in roadside swales or conveyed through a piped system to the detention and water quality vault that's located in Tract B. This follows the natural slope of the property from the west to the east, and stormwater discharge will discharge out the southeast property corner. into 138th Avenue Northeast. So the detention vault located in track B, highlighting that area, discharges out to 138th Avenue Northeast, continues south along 138th Avenue Northeast until it connects into the existing 24-inch stormwater main that heads off to the east, and eventually that system discharges to the Sammamish River. As you can see with the rustic road standard, there is a swale for conveying stormwater along the south side of New Road A, where driveways are not located. This is part of the rustic road standard, and so road runoff will be collected in these swales and conveyed to the detention vault. A new 8-inch sewer main will serve the development with gravity flow from the west portion of the site to the east portion of the site, following the natural slope of the project site. The location of the water main is on the south side of the proposed Road A and continues out the eastern property boundary into 138th Avenue Northeast, continuing south, similar to the stormwater system, to Northeast 100th Street, and then connects into an existing HDPE 10-inch sewer main that continues heading to the east. There's an additional extension to the sewer main that is proposed, extending to the north. This is to connect future development to the north, or if the properties just north of the Garbarino site, their septic systems start to fail, they'll have a connection point in the future to connect to city sewer. Off-site improvements include extending a new maintenance access road up 138th Avenue Northeast, just past the Garbarino site. This will provide the city access to storm and sewer facilities for necessary maintenance. In order to provide adequate road width through an area with some steep slopes, a wall is proposed to provide structural stability to the maintenance access road through that area in order to maintain adequate road grades. A hammerhead turnaround will be installed at the intersection of Northeast 100th Street and 138th Avenue Northeast, as shown here on the bottom right hand of the screen. And that is for emergency turnaround and for the maintenance vehicle turnaround. In addition, an off-site safe walk path will be provided, 4-foot asphalt path that will extend from the end of the Garbarino sidewalk along Road A to the intersection of Road A and 136th Avenue Northeast. That sidewalk, or that safe walk path, will continue to the south along 136th Avenue Northeast on the east side of the road. To show you kind of the extension here. So from the intersection, it continues along 136th to the intersection of Northeast 100th Street, where it ties into an existing path that continues to the west to 132nd Avenue. For the last item I will be covering with this presentation, tree retention is required for 35% of healthy trees on site. We are currently proposing to retain just over 36% of trees on site, meeting the city's minimum requirements. We were recently able to establish with the arborist some additional trees to be saved in the northeast corner of Lot 8. And as you can see, most of the trees being saved are along the boundary behind lots on this sheet, behind lots 12 through 14, along the boundary of Tract B. These are the areas where we're able to minimize grading and disturbance of the trees. Obviously centrally to the site with grading for the road and for developing buildable lot areas. The central portions of the site, it's just not feasible to retain trees in those areas. Again, here's some additional trees above Tract A and just on the north side of lots 3 through 5, and as well as lots 11 and 10. This concludes my summary of the Garbarino project. Please feel free to reach out with additional questions. And thank you for attending.